All right, so we're
Right.
back, and the Dira and Dorian are against their will being drawn out deeper into this bog, this quagmire here, by this floating skull, and Dorian has fallen once, and well, Dira, before she succumbed, she knocked Dorian down, try to like rouse him and wake him out of it, and it didn't work, and he got up and started like moving even faster, and so now the two of them are wandering off into the night, while Milva, Marcus, and Garrick are asleep at the camp. So I would say Dira and Dorian, give me another insight roll.
How long would you say we've been asleep for?
Well, I'll say here. Yeah, I was gonna do that. I'll say because they were keeping watch. I'll say it's like 2 a.m. now. So they were up for a little while. Now it's like 2 a.m. something. So you guys have been sleeping for a couple hours.
Okay.
So Dorian fails. And Dira succeeds. You can't push Dorian?
It doesn't give me the option to.
Wonder why that is. You should be able to push.
It gives me the option.
Yeah, I see that.
Willpower left?
Yeah, he's got 1 wits left though, so maybe that's why.
So do I.
Oh. Well,
That's-
because if he does push, he'll break. Because he rolled a bane.
Like
Seems
maybe.
like it would give me the.
Well,
chance to do it.
just for science here, roll a strength, Dorian. Just roll it. We're not gonna. Let's just see if it lets you push.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Yeah,
It's
must
gotta
just be.
like what,
You can't
Marcus.
push because you're going to necessarily break yourself, I guess.
Oh,
Okay.
It won't let you break yourself.
Not like that. I mean, you can break yourself, but okay. So
Interesting.
okay, so Dorian is lost, but Dira is able to, she's gone out into the darkness now, and through this calling in her head that she hears this like drawing sound, Dira is able to briefly like just kind of open her eyes again and look and realize she's coherent again now. You guys are a little bit closer. This thing, it's like not to scale. This thing is like very far back into the swamp here. I'll try to make it a little smaller. It's like far away, calling you guys. It's way down there. So you guys are like, so Dira has a moment of clarity here.
Dude, knock me out, dear.
I know.
Or something.
I try and tackle him. Just like to hold him down, and I yell for Garrick.
Okay. Yeah, he's not really resisting. He's kind of just, Dorian's just moving slowly, but he's not like in a fighting stance. He's just, something else is controlling him and drawing him. So yeah, you're able to take him down. I'd say if you like lay on him, then he won't be able to get up.
I'm just sitting right on top.
There you go. Keep his head under the water.
Yeah.
Until he stops moving. It won't get
It's
him.
for your own good.
Okay. So then Dira hollers, and I'm guessing the rest of the party rouses.
I
Yeah,
don't
if we
know.
can.
You just like turn him.
Yeah, I need
Let
my
me
beauty
sleep.
sleep.
Keep it down. Quiet out there.
She's screaming.
She did yell just for me. I can see Marcus like, hey, just let
Yeah.
her-
Okay, so yeah, Garrick gets up, and now you get up, and what do you do?
Well, I like to just step out of the tent, see what's going on. I see was transpiring.
I mean,
and,
I put a light
I
here.
don't-
Like you guys are lit up by the campfire, and you can see that pretty well. But they're far enough out. Like this light that's far away. It's far away. It's not lighting up anything. Like Dira and Dorian are like out in the dark somewhere in the swamp. You can't really. I'd say you can't. You could hear where she's calling you from, but it's dark out there. It's like middle of the night.
Okay.
The rain is coming down. Oh yeah, let me do my my cool little fun weather thing real quick. Just to see, because it was a medium rain and now we're at 7. Oh, okay, nice. So yeah, the rain keeps coming down.
Monsoon.
It's not crazy pouring. It's just rain. The rain continues. Okay, yeah. So what do you wanna do?
Guess I want to kind of slowly walk that way and give them assistance, but I mean, it's kind of the metagaming kind of fact. I mean,
What?
I think my player wouldn't exactly know what's going on and wouldn't know that they're like being pulled in like that.
No, you have no idea.
So, yeah. So, but I mean, player me knows that, and so.
Could I yell like he's in a trance? He's possessed.
Yeah, I mean, figure it out.
Dorian's possessed.
Okay.
Can't control him.
Okay.
Okay. I'll just walk that way and like la 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 la.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's exactly trancing and maybe cider sound.
So you want to
doesn't
walk
really matter.
out? You want to walk out into the darkness?
How far are they away from me at this point?
Let's say like 50 yards.
Okay.
They're out beyond any kind of light that the campfire's giving off for sure. And you come out of your tent and you look across the bog and you do see a light out there too. And it doesn't, I would say anymore, it doesn't look like just like a torchlight. It has a more ethereal, unnatural looking light to it now. It's blooming. It's becoming a bigger light for sure.
Okay. Okay. I'll light a torch and then I'll walk out there.
Okay, give me a torch roll, please.
Yeah. I mean, they don't have torches.
No.
So maybe there's a connection with somehow the fire keeps it away. I don't know.
Okay, so you have a torch. You come out. Okay.
Hey George, what about?
Uh-huh.
I'm looking at your sheet, man. You have like Sixth Sense
Do I?
and Lucky and stuff like that. I mean, do you think those kind of things? Maybe. I wonder if like you would just like intuitively have a sense that there's something wrong. Like,
I don't think I have that. You might be looking at somebody else.
Yeah, I think you're looking at me.
Marcus. Oh, damn it. Sorry.
Damn it! Got me all excited.
Marcus?
No, I got nothing. And so at
you
that point,
so
if
you
I'm
come
close
out.
to them now,
Yeah, you come out. You got your torch, and you see Dorian like pinned down like on his side or something. Like Deer's just like got her knee like dug into him, and he's not going.
Mhm.
And Deer, what do you say to Garrick here?
Tell him don't look at the light. It's drawing us
Okay.
in.
what light? Oh, that
Give me an insight roll.
me?
Yep.
Thanks a lot, dear. No, just kidding.
Said don't look at it.
Look. Oh yeah.
So this thing calls to you. Also, you hear it, but you're not listening right now.
La 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 la. Feel like I'd be starting a war here, but what if I took my bow and arrow and took a shot?
You have to give your torch away.
Yeah, I'd have to do that. What do you guys think? Should I do that?
This thing is like over 100 yards away.
Oh yeah. Out of range.
I'm not saying it's out of range. I mean, it'd be at a big penalty.
It might be a modifier. Yeah.
Yeah, it will definitely be
No.
like -3. I mean, it's
No, that's okay.
a long ways away.
I say we drag Dorian back.
Yeah,
the mud
head
back
back
to
to camp
camp.
if we can. Okay. Yeah, I'll help you and we'll drag him back.
Okay.
Everybody running up all panicked.
So
We
you
gotta go! Get your shit! We gotta go!
so you like grab his shoulders and Garrett grabs his legs and you wheel him back. You know, you drag him back, and as you do that, this entity starts coming closer for sure.
Oh, no.
Of course. All right.
Now this you can all feel that this thing is like you can tell that it's not calling anymore. Like whatever kind of subliminal feeling of being lured out, that's not happening anymore for sure. You don't whatever that was doing, whatever's doing that, it's not doing it anymore. But
Okay.
now you just see this thing as like approaching.
We wake the rest of them.
Everybody be calm, be calm. Don't tell him our plan. Oh, whatever our plan was.
So this thing is coming right towards you, and it's 100 yards away.
Okay.
Let's
Okay.
grab our stuff and go.
Marcus is still sleeping. Milva's still asleep.
All right. I mean, I think we definitely wake them up at this point,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
Or we
you
could
want to
leave
run? Yeah, we could leave them.
Yeah, there we go.
Fodder,
as bait.
meat
Forbidden
shields,
land,
yeah,
man.
for us to survive.
After I've done so much for you. I even got Garrick, a chance to get a shiny new foot.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
Tiny.
Okay.
Yeah. Do we want to run? No loss of pride if we run.
Will Dorian be able to run, or is he still in trance?
He's not. Well, I guess give me another insight roll, Dorian.
Great.
Wait.
Great.
Yeah, you have to succeed. Can't push.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
Yay.
that's a
That's
skill
awesome.
right there.
A single die. Yeah.
So Dorian, like, he like comes with a start. He's like,
Where am I?
"What the hell is going on?" So he's like, he is with it.
Nice.
Don't panic, but we gotta get the F out of here.
Yeah.
Does it feel like demonic in nature?
Demonic. I guess good question. Demonic. Not. No, I mean magical, yes, obviously, but no, nothing demonic. No.
I can't help you guys. Let's go.
I mean, is it giving? We don't know whether it's good or bad at this point. I mean, we do know that it was trancing us towards it, but now it's not. So
Okay, I'll say it's like
I feel as
100.
we're talking, we
It's
could-
100 yards away, let's say, and Dorian is now awake, like alert. Give me a lore roll.
Oh, from Dorian.
Yeah.
Nice.
Dude, these single dies, man. I can't. What am we?
Hold on. Gotta focus. You're gonna push it.
Oh yeah. Sure. Oh boy.
Oh, jeez.
He's broken.
Oh no.
No.
Oh, you are broken. Oh,
Dorian. So like Dorian look
That's
like
weird. It allowed you to do.
Yeah, I don't get it, but maybe you can't roll the stat, but you could roll a skill.
Well,
So
I think the problem was earlier that he had already rolled a bane, so if he pushed, he would have broke himself.
yeah, that's probably right. You can't. It won't let you do it. You have to
Oh.
risk it. Okay, so Dorian comes to and he turns and he's like, he's gonna say like what that is, but it overwhelms him and he's just been put through the mental ringer and he can't can't take any more, and he just collapses in a heap. He's out.
Wow.
Oh crap.
Maybe I remembered and it was so terrifying. I've just passed out.
You don't
I
know.
know what it is. Oh.
So can he even run at this point?
He can, like, if you're broken, you can like crawl. You can like army crawl. I think it even says like if you're broken physically, you can army crawl. If you're broken in your wits, you're like a.
Oh no! If your strength or wits are broken, you suffer a critical injury.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Well,
You have
no,
to roll
only unless you broke yourself by pushing a roll, which he did.
Oh.
He broke himself, so you don't roll on the table for that. Only if something breaks your wits. Yeah, I would just say like he is not like unconscious or whatever. It's not like he's asleep. He's just like kneeled down and kind of turning into a muttering mess. Like he's just like he's got like scrambled brains right now.
I pull the rope out, just put a couple loops around his neck. Take a deep breath and start running in the opposite direction of the thing.
That's a plan, I guess. No.
That's a-
just loop it around his waist, slap him on his back where his shield is, and then come on, somebody else grab the other side of this rope. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay, I'll
Yeah.
grab the other end and we'll just go.
Okay, if you want to
That's it,
run, then give me a, because it's in the dark. I'd say you all have to give me a move roll, Milva included. If you're gonna just try to run away in the middle of the night, in the middle of the darkness. Move.
Yeah.
Where's?
Does Milva know what this is?
No.
She-
Ooh, she rolled. Good for her.
Yeah. Motivated. She's ready to go.
Oof.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah,
We're moving.
Yeah, we're able. So you guys all turn tail and run. Which way? You hear this thing like screaming, like it's not happy.
Oh, that's friendly.
Just wanted to talk.
This thing is displeased for sure, but it's not like spitting fireballs or anything. It's just you can hear this screaming that this thing's doing. It's unhappy, but
Okay.
that's okay.
Well, crap. How far and long are we gonna have to run to keep away from this? Maybe it's confined to the swamp area. I don't know.
You'll find out.
Oh,
I feel good about our decision. I'm not against running away. Especially in
Yeah.
this game when we'll die so early. So easy.
Yeah.
Oh, so the
Agreed.
question is, you can't go south because that's a palisade into Grindbone. There's only one. Well, I guess you could actually. It's the middle of the night. You can go south to Grindbone. You can go southwest to the farmland where you've met the farmer and the lady with the bread, or you could go northwest up into that last spot where the last bit of forest was. Which way do you guys want to run?
I feel like we should go to the farmland.
Yeah, something in whatever direction is gonna get us closer to civilization, right? Or
I mean,
some sort of.
Healing.
Grindbone, the town of Grindbone is directly south of you. You can get there right now if you want to go to civilization.
Yeah, I say we go that way. What do you think?
Sure.
Is it
Sounds
I mean-
through more bog?
What's that?
Is it through the bog to go south?
Yeah.
But farmland, we kind of come out of the bog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like forest.
Yeah. No, let's go farmland then. Yeah, I just want to get out of the bog and.
Okay. So you guys return to the farmland, and I'll say it's been a couple hours. We'll say it's. Yeah. We'll just call it 6 in the morning because you guys spent a good amount of time in the bog before that event happened. So now it's the morning is dawned here, and Garrick or Dorian has now recovered just on his own. If you wait long enough, you'll automatically recover your stats. You don't always have to get healed. That's just to recover you immediately. So, Dorian, I'll give you. Yeah, you're up to 1 wit. Okay, so now you're back over here in this little farmland area, and it's just another day there. Shops are opening up. People are getting ready to go to work. Some people are already out in the fields.
So does it feel like we lost this thing?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not out here. As far as you know, it's still at the bog. Let's see who's tired now. So no one slept. I think all of you are tired, aren't you? No one has slept yet.
I guess so.
I think so, yeah.
So all of you update your conditions to tired. And
Sleepy.
yeah, sleepy. And then just to cover bases, just to make sure, let's everyone do a food and water roll. Because I don't know the last time you guys ate. The last time I know was you guys had some of that bread, but that was yesterday.
Good looking dice.
What the heck? Did it... Oh. What the heck? Did the game just crash on you guys?
No.
No?
Oh. I just got kicked out of the forge and now I'm back at the login screen, but okay. I'm coming back in now, it's apparently.
Weird.
Interesting. Rebooting, loading.
Oh, that's weird. My gold just went from 0 to 75.
Uh,
No, I'm just kidding.
uh,
I think it's pretty accurate.
do a manipulation roll.
Mine is 7.
Yeah. Minus 66.666. Okay. We're back. So, yeah, so you guys had this almost encounter in the bog and turned tail and run when it was going south in a hurry. Lived to fight another day. Let's see here. What do? You're back in the same parts that you were at.
I think we all should go find some place to sleep.
Right?
Yeah, that's a good call.
That's probably a good idea.
I imagine sneaking onto some farmer's property and just sneaking into their barn and snuggling up with a sheep or something. Or a goat.
Well, I mean, it's not like every square inch of this hex is... I mean, I did say it's civilized land here. It's being worked, but it's not like every square inch. It's not like it's commercial agriculture, you know. It's like... If you guys want to find a spot out in the field somewhere, you know, somewhere kind of at remove from this place, you can take the time and find a spot and set up camp if you want.
Yeah, I agree. I think we should do that. We need to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm guessing Marcus is gonna take time to make camp.
Yeah.
All right. What do the rest of you want to do?
Guess wait.
I want to find a farmer's daughter. No, just kidding. Get it? You know, I was gonna say go hunting, but I feel like it'd be hunting like their cattle or livestock or something. go hunting for pies, freshly
Mm.
made, sitting in a windowsill, maybe.
Yes.
Mm. Actually, I would like to maybe just go out and try to find some food. Be it, I guess, walking and talking to a farmer, see if there's something they can spare. Yeah, I guess I really don't need it. Is everybody like good as far as their food ration?
I'm good.
I'm pretty good on food.
Got a
Okay, I
D6.
guess- Oh,
I don't know how low that goes.
you could ask some of mine, and I'll go down to a D10.
Yep, you guys can share that stuff.
I'll do that.
Okay. Mm.
Go to
I'll share
D8,
some
right?
too.
I'll
So
put you at a
everyone will be at
D10.
D10.
Oh shoot! There was some skill or something I wanted to try to upgrade to.
Did
Write
Dorian
down.
pick a new pride?
No,
Oh, no.
Yeah.
you're.
I need to do that.
Yeah, you can do that.
I don't know.
Well, just think about it.
Think about that. I need to think about it.
You guys can activate your pride every session if you can. I mean, you can get a point for using it every single session if you want. If you have something, if you can find a way to use it. So what were
how could I?
Were we looking up, Garrick? There.
Oh, I wanted to advance to a Dragon Slayer rank 2, but I'm just not sure how I do that, and if that's cost 5 experience to go from 1 to 2.
It costs 5, but
That's
I would
10.
say you need more. You need more experience doing that. That's like a very
Yeah.
specific thing of like hunting monsters. You guys haven't yet, really.
My track record of running away isn't
Yeah.
helping.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, that's you can do that, but this specific thing, because I mean, a lot of this stuff is like getting better at using your sword and your armor and your axe. You guys have gotten in enough fights and scraps that makes sense that you guys should just be able to upgrade that. But doing something specific like fighting a monster, you guys haven't really done that enough yet to warrant upgrading that yet.
What about going fast shooter rank 1 to rank 2?
Yeah.
That allows me to shoot at ranged weapon while running. Which would be kind of cool.
I don't know.
Imagine I could be practicing in a field, like running and practicing and shooting like a bale of hay or something, or I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you can build your.
Would that cost 5?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Farmers
I'd like
just
to do
watching
that.
him gallop in the fields, shooting off their bow. What the hell is he doing?
Why is he prancing like that?
Just run like a normal person, you idiot. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, so Garrick prances through a field in the spring rain, prancing in the field, going pew pew pew, shooting his little bow and arrow into.
Come on, it's cooler than that. Don't make it sound like that.
And he's able to. So Garrick's plucking away. Does Dira and Dorian want to do anything?
Not sure.
Then after that, I want to sleep once it gets campy.
Could we train with each other on Path of the Blade?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm game for that.
Okay.
Bringing that up to 3.
Level 3.
Ooh.
That costs 10 experience.
Yes.
I'm dead.
Oh man, Dorian,
Dang,
you have a lot of
snap.
experience. 14.
Path
Yeah.
of
Oh,
the
she has the
Blade.
dearest.
Send that to the chat here. Path of the Blade, level 3. When you hit with a close combat attack, you can increase the damage by spending willpower. Every point spent increases the damage by 1. You have to state how many willpower you're going to spend before your opponent rolls for the armor. Oh my gosh.
That's cool.
So
That's
if you
good.
wanted to, you could hit someone. If you had 10 if you had 10 willpower points,
Huh?
you could spend all of it and damage whatever you're hitting for 10. That's insane.
No, there's got to be some sort of limit.
No.
Guess not.
No,
It doesn't say.
no.
Damn, that is a
That's rude.
killing machine. Jeez.
Path
So
of the
yeah,
Blade. Oh man, have Path of the Arrow. I wonder if it gets as cool as that.
Right.
that's so okay. So you're gonna spend 10
Oh!
and upgrade level 3.
Yes.
That's awesome.
my
Path of the
God.
Arrow has almost exactly the same thing, word for word.
Oh, there you go. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Send it to the chat.
Okay. That I know what I'm gonna. Sorry, I don't know how to do this. Know
Path
what
of
I'm
the
gonna
Arrow.
upgrade to.
When you hit with a ranged weapon, you can increase damage. Every willpower increases by 1. Yeah, same thing. That's insane.
A ranged
Damn it!
weapon.
I should.
Yeah.
Is that? Well, that's 10. Yeah, dang it. And
So if you had like a
Save it up for that
javelin,
ooh, that'd be cool. I don't have a
Okay.
javelin though.
count as Path of the Arrow.
Yeah, ranged
just-
weapon. Yeah, ranged
Yeah.
weapon.
Yeah, it says yeah. Oh, that's so cool. Now I gotta look up weapons.
That's amazing. Okay. So Dira, Dorian, are you also training? Or are you just going to be like her training partner while she levels up?
No, I'm training too.
Okay. Which one are you doing?
I think. Well, I wonder what the difference is between Path of the Blade and Axe Fighter.
Well, let's send them both to the chat.
That'd be funny if Axe Fighter has the same 3rd level.
Axe Fighter level 3, it is.
Yes.
Oh, no. Axe Fighter's not. Axe Fighter level 3
damn,
is
Never mind.
you
Sorry.
can add a D8 artifact die to all your attack rolls with an axe.
That's pretty cool. Not as.
Yeah.
But every time he hits with an axe, he gets to automatically roll on the crit table.
Oh,
He gets that at level 2.
Hmm.
So Dira's going blade level 3. Dorian, what are you thinking?
I might do the Axe Fighter.
Yeah, that makes sense because you use an axe. Okay, so I can send you to axe level 3, and then I see you have 4 XP.
I already took. I had 14.
Oh, okay,
I took
okay.
10 off already.
Okay, so now you're axe fighter level 3. Dira is Path of the Blade level 3. That's sick. So yeah, while Garrick's prancing in the field, Dira and Dorian are like blocking steel, clanging on each other, and they're pretty evenly matched, just different disciplines, but same skill level. It's probably awesome to see. I would imagine as you're doing this, some of the farmers and like their teenage sons and stuff are, you're removed out, but like they can see you, and there's people watching you guys, just like duel, going toe to toe and fighting, and like probably drawing a crowd even. I wouldn't be surprised because you guys are like now very good. Like you're very good at your weapons now.
Damn straight we are.
And so
I can see.
I say
I
that
can see they're doing that, and they draw the crowd. But I'm over there prancing. I'm like, no, kids, look at me. Look at me.
like,
They're like, no, you idiot.
that one looks too light in his loafers. We don't like him.
That's
We
awesome.
don't know him.
Yeah, that one looks funny. And so it's just this hardcore clanging and sweating. I would say, why don't both the two of you and all three of you actually, everyone except Marcus, give me a water roll, please, because you're all like sweating your asses off, doing martial combat training for hours.
Ooh, nice.
Very good. So yeah, you guys I'd say you draw, by the time this is done, and it's around lunchtime, there's a crowd of 10, 15 people, adults and kids, just these peasant farmers watching you, watching all three of you, just put on a show of skill, that's quite formidable. And, when it's finally time to end it and you guys are done and tired, you just hear like applause from this crowd of people, like that. They haven't seen something like that in a long time. So it was
Start doing like a stretch, and I'm just like, yeah, they love the way I set up camp.
no one
not.
sets out cots like I do. These look at this. I got like the whole breakfast station here with the sausages and stuff. We're all set. I mean, that's
Like
so
a bunch
funny.
of circus freaks we are. Look at us. Trying to entertain everybody.
All right, so and I would say as they can tell you guys are done, and do you want to I would say yeah, so there's a dozen or so people here standing and you guys are done. Do you want to interact at all with this crowd?
Man, I could use some food.
Oh yeah. Talk them up.
So
Somebody have
hungry.
a good pie. Or...
Anybody can scrape up, 3 to 5 silver can do this too in the future.
All the old farm men, they just laugh. Like, what what is this? So,
Hogwash.
Marcus says that, and half the people just laugh and turn away.
Come on.
One of the little kids, like, he's like 6. He comes up to Dira and Dorian, and he's like, I want to be an axe fighter like you someday. Looking at Dorian, Dorian's only like whatever, half a foot, maybe a foot taller than this kid, being a dwarf, but the kid still looks up to him. He's just like in awe.
Daryl's just menacingly playing with her blade, looking at him.
Throw up in my mouth a little bit. Walk away.
Gotta give
know.
him something. Maybe a little baby axe. We can whittle a little baby axe for him. No.
Oh, I thought you were talking about give him a knuckle sandwich.
Out of our face. No, just
Oh, we lost Joe for a sec. He'll be back.
Ew.
I don't know.
Guess who's back?
Click on the right button, sir.
Well,
yeah, I feel like we should take advantage of the crowd we got watching us. I'm just not sure exactly to what end.
Who are these people, and what can they get you that you can't get yourself?
blood bread recipe.
Yeah. Nice.
So good.
Any knowledge of the bog? What creatures reside?
Yeah, right.
It's a good thought.
You guys ever see lights out in the bog at night?
Do you wanna wait? Do
There's...
you want to wait for
Yeah.
Dorian to get back? I
Yeah.
saw him, but then he dropped. Oh, okay, here we go.
Hey, sorry.
That's all good.
Phone died.
All right.
Something with my battery. I swear it went from it had when I started this call 40% power, nothing in minutes. I think my battery might be dying.
That's how much juicy content we've got here. It just can't handle it.
Okay.
All right. So I was saying what the party here is trying to figure out what they can get from the few remaining townspeople that have kind of gathered to watch the sparring exhibition, and someone was saying get intel about the bog. So was that Deer that said that? What would you want to ask?
Yeah. Just if anybody knows any information on the bog. What's out there? Any dangers? any lore they could fill us in on.
So so there's the kid comes up to, I don't know if you dropped out before I told you, Dorian, but while you guys were finishing up sparring, a kid came up to you and just said, he's like a 6-year-old kid. He's a little bit shorter than you, but not much. And he just says that, he just like, I want to be a axe fighter someday. That looked amazing. He just nods and says, okay, and he turns around and leaves.
Yeah.
Dorian's like, huh, cool.
Good for you, kid.
Good for you, you little turd. So then, like his mom's there, his mom's with him, and when Dorian just kind of says, huh, and doesn't say anything, the mom who's with the kid just like, she's kind of miffed, and she's like, Bog curse you then, and goes to turn around to leave, since Dorian just kind of dissed her son.
Oh, here,
no,
wait.
no, take it back.
Yeah, I want to say, he's like, hey, kid, here, come back here. And I want to let him, like, hold one of my axes.
Hold.
Just toss it in.
Let him have.
Here, catch this.
Here, take it.
Catch this with your neck.
Go.
Now you got to roll in the
Yeah.
critical
And I, like-
table. Now you got to roll in the critical table, you dummy. Okay,
Oh, God.
little kid decapitated. Okay, yeah. So you Dorian has some sort of change of heart or not, but he acquiesces to this kid and runs up his little dwarven run and catches up with this kid, and I would say maybe even like kind of playfully shoves him in the back shoulder, and he turns around, and Dorian's just like holding his axe like by the hilt right here, and just like pushes it to the kid's chest and says like what would you say? You just like, you're wanting it.
You want to be an axe fighter, you need to get used to the weight.
So the kid's like,
Still holding one of these.
the kid's like, oh, and like he like gets like shoves mom off of him, and he like grabs it with both hands, and he like leans forward because it's like it weighs half as much as he does, and he's just like, oh, it like goes down to the ground. He's like straining just to keep that blade from like digging into the ground, just to keep the blade off the ground. It's like he's maximum effort just trying to hold this thing. And his eyes are just like, oh. He's like looks at his mom like, oh. He picks it up, but it's so heavy, it kind of like tips him over. He's just like, it's bigger than he is, he can't even hardly hold this thing, but his eyes are just like, oh, this is like the coolest thing. Like he's like, it's like the best day of his life, and he's just like, oh, but then he gets kind of tired, and he like looks up at you, and he's like, okay, here, you take it.
Man, I want to ask him what his name is. What's your
Just
name?
completely ignore the kid and just start talking to the mom.
Yeah.
Just leave him in the background, straining to hold this thing up.
Yeah. So about the
I just like push his forehead, just push him out of the way.
it'd be like an old like airplane movie or something where like something insane's going on in the background, and there's people having like a serious conversation. Talbert is this kid's name. Talbert.
Albert.
He's like, I'm Talbert.
Oh, little Talbot.
I'm Talbert. And she's like, Talbert, just be careful with that thing. Give it back to that man.
Give it back to that short, bulging man.
No, she calls him a man. She calls Dorian a man. She's like, Talbert, give that back to that man. So he's like, and he's like, thank you, and he like gives it back to you. And so he's like, thanks. That was like the coolest thing ever.
Nice.
So now the mom and the kid are re-engaged with you guys.
So maybe Jira can ask her at that point.
May the bog curse you.
May the bog curse you. What was that about?
She's like, she just like shakes her head kind of, and she's like, well, I mean, nothing good happens out there, and that's bunch of evil out there. We never go out there. She's like, just stay away and just stay away if you know what's good for you. Don't go out there. And she's like, she looks at Dorian and she's like, I'm sorry I said that.
You are forgiven. Has anyone died out there? I mean, do you know the history of why it's cursed, or
There's
to ask her that?
There's some sort of evil spirits out there.
Mm.
Will of the wisps.
Ooh. Yeah, Oscar's like, have you ever seen one?
I've never seen one. I don't go out to the bog, but they say that's what's out there.
Who would know more about these things?
She's
Crazy
like,
Eddie.
she's like, probably for all Hamadus.
That prick.
Yeah, dude, he sent us out there on purpose.
Yeah.
He sent us out there to die.
He sent Marcus out there. You guys just all went with him.
Oh,
You could have died.
I could have, but I didn't. So now I'm gonna take a nap.
No, we're gonna take a nap and then we're gonna go kick his ass.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
so I want to be
agreed.
nice and refreshed so I can enjoy the ass kickery.
I'm gonna use
Kickery.
my willpower on my new level.
I'm gonna carve him a new asshole.
Interesting.
She's like, well, yes, for all Hamadus and his kind would probably know if anyone does.
Yes, he would.
But thank you for the show and thank you for letting Talbert talk to you and say hi. That was very kind. We have work to do. Good day. And the kid's like, bye. He's like whispering.
Trading.
I
Trade.
want to tell him, just, yeah, you keep practicing.
He's just like, yeah.
Swinging daddy's wood axe around and got him right in the shin.
Tale as old as time. All right, so yeah, you've set up camp. You kind of put on a show and got a little bit of intel, sort of, about. You learned a little bit more about the area, I guess. You guys all want to rest now, or what do you want to do?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Does anyone want to keep watch? Milva can. She's tired. All of you are sleepy, but Milva said that she can keep watch if you guys all want to rest.
She can keep watch and then she can go rest when we go kick his ass.
Yeah, you won't want to see this.
Yeah, that seems like a good plan.
Okay. So Milva's like, okay, if, are you guys gonna? Are we gonna save my friends? She's like asking all of you. Are we gonna save my
Everybody
friends?
just goes silent. That's what we were doing.
Of course.
Eventually.
It's all part of the grand plan.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
I
from
guess.
all dermatitis over there, he said he'd let us in, so today. So I say we
Let
just
us in
get,
after we
yeah.
kill him.
well,
Yes.
he's gonna let us in, and then we kill him, you know.
Okay. She's like, okay, so are we gonna find my friends soon then? She's like, okay. She's like,
Yeah.
okay, you guys rest up. I can watch it here. We're in civil, we're just outside town here. We're fine. You guys can go rest. I'll keep an eye on things. Okay, so everyone wants to just crash and sleep till they're rested up.
Yes.
Yeah, we need to.
Okay. So now Darkness has fallen here. And it's 6 o'clock, and you guys all awaken.
All right.
Go find this drunk bastard.
So Milva's like, she's like so tired. She's actually, by the time you guys wake up, because she's got a long spear. It's like 3 times her length. It's a super long ranged weapon, and she's like holding that as kind of like a, she's been kind of like dozing, like falling asleep on it. Like she's been up for I think 2 days now, or a long ass time. She's very tired. So as you guys wake in the evening here and are rousing, she's just like, she's awake, but she's just like falling asleep at the fire, like just like almost out. And when you guys come out of your tents, she's like, okay, what are we doing here? Are you guys going in now?
Yeah.
Okay. Should I come with you? I can come with you. I can come with you.
Nope, you going to bed.
Yeah. You need to stay here and rest. We have this. We'll be right back.
And she's like, oh, okay.
And
Okay.
if not, we've been murdered.
And she's like, or I have. Okay. So, but she just like, she sets the spear down and just crawls into a tent. She's beyond tired.
Nice. Yeah.
All right, so now you guys turn toward this little village on a hill and walk toward it. I'd say as you make your way toward it, you pass excuse me, you pass that shop where the gal gave you blood bread. And she's closing up, her shop for the evening. And as you pass by, she says that, you did a good number rousing Hamedis. Good for you. He looks to be in fine form again.
Oh.
She just kind of nods.
What did
and
we do before we left? We took all of his alcohol away and
You
we
just
just woke him up.
You just woke him up, and Marcus left some food and water to help him kind of, get his act together. And then, at least from what this lady said, he looked to be back to his regular self when she saw him. So she said, "Thanks for helping rouse him." And she just says, "Good night," and shuts her doors. So you guys turn to and start heading to the southeast, and you make your way to Grindbone.
so we have him with us. We're heading in there.
You have what?
Correct. We have that guy with us.
Who?
Is that correct?
Jamal? No.
Hamedis?
No.
Faral Hamedis?
Oh yeah, she just said that. Oh hey, he's doing good.
Yeah, she's like, I saw him, and he looked like he's got his... So, good job, whatever you did. She's just giving you credit, because she doesn't know anyone else who was doing anything with him. So, whether you did anything or not, you guys are getting the credit.
Nice. Ooh. That's a great map.
Yeah.
All right, so as you come into the end of the farm town here, and you come to a bridge, and to your left of the bridge, on the other side of the bridge, is a you see a building with a large mill on it, water mill, and you can see in the darkness, there's a couple torch lights lighting the outside of the place, but you can see that it is, or as it's turning, it's very loud. Like it sounds just broken down and worn out and in very terrible disrepair. It just sounds like it's not functioning very well. And then
grease.
And then before you, rising up on this kind of terraced hill here, is what's been told to you is Grindbone. You guys cross the bridge and make your way. So
is it a big, formidable river that we're crossing? Not that big.
I'd say the river's moving pretty swiftly, but it's not very wide.
Okay.
You have no idea how deep it is or anything, but the water, you can tell, you can hear the water moving by. It's moving at pace for sure.
Okay. Do we see like any guards or people walking around at this time?
Not here, not where I have you here. So you come to a fork in the path where you could turn to the mill, or you could you see a gate, an obvious gatehouse up ahead. Which way do you guys go?
We could check out that mill house real quick. See if there's anything that might be to our advantage. What do you
Right.
guys think?
That also might be where where Formal stays too. Who knows?
So you want to go to the mill? Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you guys turn and come down to the mill, and I would say as you approach, again, it's all dark. Do one of you want to give me a torch roll so that you guys have your own light source?
Sure. I can do
Since
that.
since we're in darkness technically, and I'll give you guys a little light bump here. Let me get you guys a little light source going. Okay, that's good enough. All right, good enough. Yeah, so as you guys approach with your light, you see two giant people. I mean, they're not like actual, whatever, Andre the Giant. They're not that big, but these people are huge. There's two of them, and they're two men. And as you approach this mill, you can see that there's stacks of something outside up against the wall, right by the door of the entrance. There are these wooden stacks of you can't tell what, and there are these two giant men working in tandem, organizing, doing something you can't tell, but they have their backs to you as you approach. And this
Dare you
is
to stick an arrow in him.
Yeah. I just thought that. I'm like, okay, I'll shoot one of them, and Dira can run up and slice the other dude.
Get the back of his knees.
I don't
I
know
just
if we want to.
gonna say I could just approach and be like, I'm looking for Hermatus from all.
Hello, good gentlemen. Top of the evening to you. No, I don't.
so.
Yeah,
Do you want to do that, Marcus?
yeah. Just go pardon.
And you have your Rust Brother chain out.
Yep.
Let your chain swing low or whatever. Okay. So yeah. So Marcus approaches and says that he's looking for Father Hermatus or for all Hermatus, and one of the men turns around. He's like, "You're talking to me?" Again, giant man, muscular but also kind of fat, just huge in every way. Turns and looks. And he's like, huh? Like confused. And then a second later, the other one turns and looks at you. They're identical twins. They're identical twins. And they both turn and look down at Marcus. And then they look at each other, look back at Marcus, He's like, uh, he's up
Do
in
you
the.
speak English?
He's up in. He's probably up in the chapel if he's not drunk. And then,
Okay.
then they turn. Now they turn and look like fully towards you, both of them. They're looking at you, and then they're looking at the whole party, and they're like looking, and you see the one on the left, like with his hand, he's like counting. He's like counting how many of you there are. He's like, he's either out in the fields drunk somewhere, or he's probably up in his chapel. Are you the apprentice?
Yeah. I
You
spent the night out in the bog. And he said that he would
You're-
I would gain entrance today after staying out in that godforsaken bog.
Huh. They look at each other like you were out in the bog. Okay. He's like, don't go anywhere. Like he puts his hand up. It's like bigger than your head. He's like, don't go anywhere. And the one on the left like turns to go into the mill, and he like just like pushes the mill door open, like just clocks it open, and you hear talking, and then then the giant comes out and stands next to his twin, and then behind him comes this other man, a regular older gentleman. He's got an apron on. It's all dirty. He's wearing some sort of crude gloves. You can't tell what they are, but some sort of protection for his hands. And he's older. You can just tell that. And he approaches, but he doesn't get close. And he's like, apprentice?
Yeah.
It's like, where do you come from?
What was his name? Haggard's?
Hagler's house.
Hagler's house, yeah.
He's like, okay. And you were out in the bog?
Yeah.
He just nods. He's like, okay. And he's counting like 1, 2, 3, 4. He's like, are you hurt?
Nope.
Huh. No injuries at all. And he's like, he takes a step forward, and he's just kind of like, I'd say now he's like maybe 10 feet away. But you guys have your torchlight lit, and the establishment's lit. So there's a decent little bit of light here. And he's like, you can tell, he's like eyeing you up and down, like looking all over you. Like, you don't know why, but you can just tell this man like looks you up and down very carefully. And then in turn, he's like, if you're saying anything, he's saying stuff about like, oh, it's a lovely evening out here. And, wow, you guys made it out from the bog unscathed. And he keeps not obsessing, but he keeps drawing attention to the fact that you guys are seemingly unhurt, and you don't seem to have any wounds. He keeps talking about that, and while he's saying those things, he's like, now he's looking up Dira up and down, like studying and looking. She's got armor on, so it's harder on her. He doesn't really spend much time looking at Dira. He looks at Garrick and Dorian, and he's just like, unhurt. Okay.
I like to say, as he's saying that, I say, yeah, that's right, we stood our ground. Not to let him believe that we ran away like cowards.
It's like, some do, some don't. Sometimes it's foolish, sometimes it's wise. You guys are here, so good for you. He's like, I'm Master Hargan. I run the mill.
Nice to meet you, Master Hargan.
Can I tell what they're stacking? I mean, is it something of significance?
You can't tell. It's too dark. And there's the two giants are standing like in front of the what they were working on, and their bodies are just physically blocking it. They're huge people. You can't really tell.
Okay.
I just tell him, at that point, I just tell him, well, thank you for your time. I'm gonna go and find Hermatus.
The chapel's inside the wall. I take it.
Yeah, it's up on the top of the settlement, near the top. You can't miss it. There's
Okay.
Rust and Heem and all that. Rust and Heem will guide you, and he does some sort of like dismissive, making fun of religious people kind of. He's like, oh yes, Rust and Heem will guide you and all that. Very well. Off you go. And he turns
Sweet.
and goes back. He turns and goes back in into the mill, and one of the giants follows him, and the other one continues stacking these crates. And I would say, as he goes in and closes the door to the mill, you hear some kind of like whimpering cry.
Yes.
This is where they get the blood for the bread.
You hear the door. You hear the door shut, and you hear it lock. Like.
So he had an apron and gloves on. Were those all like bloody? Did we notice that?
You couldn't. It's too dark to tell. I mean, it wasn't. It wasn't. Didn't look brand new, but you couldn't really tell.
Mark it. Set it on fire.
Right? Do we get involved?
I don't have fire.
We could just
I have ice.
try and look
he's
in
the
and see
he's
if
the ice guy.
I'm the healer ice guy.
well, we
It's
could
ice
try and
guy.
peek in and see if it's the ones we need to rescue. Who cares about everybody else?
Yeah, right. Okay.
I mean, if we cause a commotion though, and it's not the ones, we like kick the door and we're like, oh,
No.
that's not who I'm looking for, and then just walk away. They might cause an uproar, and then they'd be like, well, what are you doing? The whole town gets all orc in arms.
Maybe you can somehow lie and say that Pharrell, whatever his name is, asked to do an audit of that mill house right there before he went in. I don't know.
I don't know. They're not very religious. I don't know if he's got control over this town.
Gotta make sure that the max capacity of people isn't in there for
Yeah.
fire safety.
Nice.
Fire code violation per
Fire marshal.
Fire Forbidden Lands penal code. Yeah,
OSHA? No way.
definitely NOSHA.
NOSHA. NOSHA.
All right. Do you want to go to the mill or go to the gate?
I feel like we should inspect the mill.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just
well,
make sure it's
let's
not
walk
them.
away, and then like one of you guys sneak around to a window to look in first, because I got one spell in me, and it can be either complete badassery and me possibly die casting it, or I could cast a weaker one, and then it might affect everyone in our group. So
Yeah. Who? Well, did I rolled the torch and so I have the torch.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Dira could sneak off and go around as we walk away.
I'll try. We'll see.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say do it at least a -1 since you're in plate armor. I mean, you can't really sneak around wearing freaking chainmail or whatever you're wearing.
I'll just take off a couple of those dice that weren't a success. So that's
No.
fine.
Yeah. Okay, so -1.
Reroll. You're gonna get even more success.
Yeah, maybe you'll get even more. Mm.
Or not.
But you can push. If you want, you can push. I'll let you push Uno times. I mean, I guess you can only push once anyway as a human. Do you want to push? I would say like so. Are you saying like all of you guys are kind of over here, and Dira is like sneaking around this way, kind of a thing? Is that what you're trying to do?
Trying, yeah.
Okay, so I would say, the one twin is like stacking stuff, and Dira starts walking, and then just like her armor like creaks or she steps in something. It's like it's an obvious sound, and the giant stops. And he kind of looks out that way, but there's no light or anything, and he just kind of like, huh? And he like looks that way for a second, but then he goes back to his work.
If I don't move, he won't see me. Like a T-Rex.
That's
Nice, nice.
Division's based on movement.
Solid.
So I would say you're like halfway there, but you did make a sound with your failure, but you can just cut your losses now or try to push on.
Maybe we should send Garrick.
Yeah. Maybe you come back, grab the torch, and I'll go because I have a 2 for stealth.
Yeah,
Let's
Makes
do
sense.
that.
Maybe the
Yeah.
person who's good at it should try it.
Yeah, I'm not that good at it.
That's not really your skill set. You're good at like clothing people in twain.
All right.
Blindsiding them and beating the crap out of them without
Yeah.
them knowing who you are.
Yeah, that's right.
No stealth required.
Okay, so Garrick's like
-1.
Garrick's like no, you're not at a penalty because you're like not wearing
okay.
chainmail or whatever.
Nice. Okay. That's right.
Oh!
Son of a. Oh, apparently I am at a penalty. Fuck, that's a lot. I ain't pushing that. No way. Yeah.
I would say so. Now he hears something again, and now he turns and he's like, "Huh? Who's out there?" He can't see anything, and he's not leaving the light of the building, but that's like the same spot. He heard.
Walk up here.
He heard
Walk up here.
Dira. He heard Dira, and now he hears Garrick. And so now he knows that there's something out there, but he's not like running out into the darkness to try to find it. But he's like, "Who is there? Who's out there?" So now he's like, but he
Okay.
still hasn't seen you yet. He hasn't seen anything yet. He just
Maybe you should have pranced. You might have been
Yeah.
quieter.
Nice. Can I maybe take my bone arrow out, take a shot, shoot over on the opposite side to get them to look the other way, distract them, and then try another stealth and go around the other way. I mean, go the way I was gonna go. You know what I mean?
where do you want to shoot?
So maybe.
So I'm thinking like you're here. This
Yeah,
guy
I
is
wanna
like
shoot,
right.
like somewhere over here.
So you want him to turn this way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I need to make like a marksmanship.
You just need to roll a. Arrow. Like just roll your bow
Oh yeah.
and
Sure.
fire an arrow.
Combat.
Look at all those.
All right.
Yeah. So
And there.
Garrick tries to get smart here, and he. Now, where exactly do you want to hit? Do you want to hit these trees, or do you want to hit the building?
Well, yeah, I don't want it to stick like in the building per se, but I want it to like shoot over that way, like in the trees, I guess. I mean, I really don't want them to find my arrow, because then I feel like that would give me away, or I don't know.
So you
Somewhere
want
that is just gonna make some sound over there.
So you want the arrow to hit trees and stuff, bounce off it, and continue on and not stick anywhere.
Well, no, it doesn't have to be that. I feel like if it's stuck in the building, then they would easily just versus out in the trees, they'd have to go look for it, type of thing. You know?
Maybe we'll say you shot it up high into the tree. So
Sure.
even if it's stuck up in the tree, they won't be able to easily see it.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so yeah, you shoot up there into the tree and it thumps in like I mean, you hit it and it sticks in as an arrow. That's what it has one job. It's got one job, and that's what it does. So now the giant twin, like turns and looks, and because he's already kind of on edge from Dira first. Now you've kind of fumbling of the first bit. Then you're frozen, stiff, and silent, and you shoot this, and so now he's like already kind of on edge, and he turns and looks, and he like big steps. He like walks out, and he comes this way, and he's like, I'd say he's standing over there looking up, and he hasn't said anything yet. He's just like looking up.
Okay. And then can I do another stealth roll and continue on?
You can.
All right. You kidding me?
I love
okay,
this
I'll try to
game.
push
I
that.
love this game. Oh yes.
Son of a bitch.
Jeez.
This game is
Jeez, man,
amazing. This game's amazing.
treacherous terrain. Don't say it's amazing when I lose. I'm just kidding.
Okay, so go ahead.
Just pull your pants down, and then like if he comes running over there, you'd be like, "I'm trying to take a shit."
Okay.
Yeah, you failed because he heard your flatulence. Yeah. So you you're running up, but you're just running too quickly, and this guy's just been too set on edge already. He the giant twin turns towards you and sees you. He's
Crap.
he just bellows out real loud, "Master!" He yells it out, and he starts running towards you.
Shit.
He's just taking big strides toward you.
Okay. I like to pull out my bow and arrow and like aim at him. Don't come any closer.
He doesn't
shoot.
care. He doesn't care.
Oh shit. Okay, I run to the party. Or should I run to... No. Say I could run to the building, get a quick look.
So he walks by the door to the mill, and right as he walks by it, the door like kicks open, like almost comes off the hinges. The second twin comes out, like full on running. Like he like shoulder tackles the door. So now and he's like, both twin giants are like looking, and they have eyes locked on Garrick running off into the darkness, I'm guessing. And
They're chasing him.
they're and then you see and they start like, they don't run. They're actually probably too big to really run. They're huge people, but they're taking long, huge, heavy strides. These guys are just like walking out towards you, and you, the rest of you over here seeing this absolute debacle. You see Garrick Garrick now, he's like prancing scaredly in the darkness, like running right towards you guys. And you see Master Hargan come to the doorway, and he's standing there like silhouetted in the light from the inside, and he's just like standing there looking out and watching the giant twins.
And they're too far away to see anything more of detail.
What do you mean?
Like into the building.
Yeah, you can't
see anything behind.
You can't tell. And he's pretty much blocking the doorway anyway. He's like standing right in the doorway, so you can't really see past it anyway, even if you were close.
Do you guys want to take that opportunity to one of you stealth around? I don't know.
Stealth, I think you should do a full bore sprint and then drop kick that old guy right in the face.
Run towards the building.
Don't I have that brawler or whatever it is?
The brawler makes sure you get a free action to headbutt
melee
someone.
charge. That's it.
Yeah, melee charge. There you go. But that one,
do you think it's
if you get into close proximity, you can attack
from near to arm's length. I'm not near.
Well, yeah, but if you're running at him, you will
Could be at a
eventually go
moment.
from near to arm's length.
So we just want to start a battle before we go into the compound.
I feel
Jeez
like
Louise.
Do you think?
Got ourselves.
Which way is the river flowing?
It's flowing.
It's like it's going down.
Yeah,
Right.
on the screen, it's going from the left to the right.
All right, Garrett, dive into the water and just meet us at the bridge.
That's what I was thinking. So I mean, I don't know.
That
I guess where I
rapid
am, I mean, am I up kind of off the trail to where I like can have like an
It can
equal
be-
success running towards the building versus running back to my party?
I'm saying the party's like back over here. Really, I mean, I'm trying not to get too technical on like how far you are.
Sure.
But I mean, look at the size of this building and look at where you guys are. I mean, you guys would be clearly visible with a light right there. This group of clowns standing out here in the darkness.
We don't know him.
Yeah, but I'm saying like anyone would be able to see you at that range. So Master Hargan and the twins can come out and they can see all the party standing here with a light. That's not in dispute. I mean, you're just too close to be hidden. Now, if someone's out here or something in the darkness, maybe they can't see him. But I would say, so Master Hargan comes out, he's here, Master, and like he comes out, and they can't really see. They did see Garrick, but he's like off in the darkness now, and then maybe they can't see him, but they do see Master
Still running
Hargan.
to the light.
Master Hargan like looks out, and then he like turns and looks towards the party, who's standing.
I call out. I just call out. Is everything okay? I heard some noises.
He's
Nice.
just like,
That's good.
you be on your way now.
All right.
And you
Good night.
hear him yell, boys, boys. And the two twins like stop, and you can just hear them breathing, like they're like labored breathing because there's these giants trying to move quickly. You hear this like super heavy breathing from these giants, and then they just like ugh, like they're like not happy to be called back in, but then they both turn around, and like one of the giant twins, there's like these boulders and stuff on this path. He picks up this giant boulder that weighs probably 100 pounds, huge. He grabs it with both hands and just like throws it towards wherever he last saw Garrick. And he just chucks like it's nothing. He just chucks this massive stone out to where the last place he saw Garrick. He's just like, ugh! He's just like really upset. But he goes back. He goes back to Master Hargan. They both do.
Okay. Now with all that, are you guys suggesting I try a third time to stealth?
Yeah, try and stealth your way back, but I'd probably stay closer to the fence.
My agility's down by 2, though. I'm gonna be a lot
And
worse.
then as you guys go back, or as once the door shuts, and you don't hear anything this time. The giants and Master Hargan go back inside the mill, and then the light gets extinguished.
I go to bed.
Well, now you wouldn't be
Okay.
able. It's dark in there, so you wouldn't be able to see anything. Anyway, unless you had a light source that you had.
I want to light it up.
Yeah, just light the place on fire.
It's the only way to be sure. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I'll just join back with the party. I mean, unless you guys think we should pursue.
No,
This more?
I say if we don't find the dwarves in town, they're probably already dead.
Yeah. 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 Let's carry on.
So Garrick rejoins the party, slinking back into the light, and you guys approach this large gate, and the gate is shut. And you can see it's lit up fairly well. You can see you see two guards wearing like Dira, wearing heavy armor. There's two guards up in this guardhouse, each behind a port, where a window would be. There's two guards standing there.
I walk up, I guess, and just, just call out, Apprentice Marcus, here to see for all Hermatus.
This one of them like, ugh. Why do you come here? I mean, I'd say it's like 8 o'clock at night now. It's like evening time. He's like, okay, did he sent for you? Like they look at each other like, he's like, one moment, and like the other one of them goes to talk to the other one, and they kind of confer like, what did he say? Like, we're having an apprentice? And he's like, one moment, and then like the one excuses himself, and he can't see, and you hear like more talking, like shuffling of feet, and then you hear like this poof, poof, like this heavy foot, because this is just like a wooden structure. And I guess, as I would say, like while you're waiting, you can tell like on the whole perimeter, the outside of this wooden facade here of this gate. Now that you're guys standing there and looking, like waiting for these people to address you or talk to you, you guys are just all kind of standing out there, and all of you see them, Dira, Dorian, all of you see all along the outside edge of this gate, this wooden gate, there are hands, like severed hands cut off that have been like nailed to this. There's many dozens of them, probably hundreds. The orc hands, human hands, all kinds. There's hands, severed hands, cut up and nailed to this. Some of them, it's just like all that's left is basically skeleton. Some are fresh. There's blood stains. There's old blood stains. But there are just dozens and dozens, if not hundreds of hands nailed to this structure.
Damn. There's a joke there somewhere. I know it. Just kidding.
And along the top, you can see now too. The eyes are adjusting here, and in the light, you see like a price for everyone. It's like etched, like carved into the wood. A price for everyone is what it says.
We don't have to give him a hand to enter, do we?
And so as the one guard was saying, please wait, please hold here. Sorry, 1 sec. As you're waiting, in his place comes this man here.
As we're waiting, I lean into the group and be like, I think these guys might get handsy. There we go.
Oh my gosh, I throw a rock.
That's a good one. I want that.
Makes me want to
10 seconds
hit.
of my life back.
Makes me want to hit. Yes. And so as you so the one guard goes away, and in his place comes back. You hear these heavy footsteps, like armor, and a man looks down. He's an older warrior type, you can tell, and he's like, apprentice for Hermatus.
Yeah.
Hagler's house.
Yes, Hagler's house.
Enter. So he motions to one of the other guards, and the gate opens. It swings open. You guys,
Will we all get it going?
you can all come in.
All right.
So you all come in to Grindbone, and
We're gonna die.
and I would say, yeah, draw for initiative. No, I'm just kidding. No, so you this man stands before you, and he's got 3 guards. They're all from the guard tower. One of them's still up at the tower, but the other 2 are flanking this man. Human, older man here, and he looks at you, all of you. He sees Marcus with the chain. He kind of doesn't even really look at Marcus. Okay, there's the, and he's looking at the rest of you, and he's like, I'm Captain Kratulos. Welcome to Grindbone. Do you know what this place is?
Yes.
Are you
Slave trader.
Is this Are you being punished like Hamedis?
I'm not here to be punished. I'm here to make sure he keeps his shit together.
Nice.
He
I
just-
like it.
He's like, ha! Yeah, your work's cut out for you. Okay, well, the chapel's up around the corner, around the bend. He's like, and I'd say, like, as he's talking, because you guys are, like, looking toward him, and behind you, maybe, like, Dira, he's talking to Marcus, and I'd say while he's talking to Marcus, like, getting the formalities out of the way, Dira, the rest of the party, you're all kind of, like, looking around and, like, taking this place in, and behind you, over here, there's a couple lights around, but dim, and there's obviously like you can tell, he's like, well, do you guys need a rest? Do you guys want to rest? You can. He doesn't know that you guys just slept. He's like, if you want to rest, the guard barracks is there. We have a few beds available if you want. The rest of the guards are on patrol, but if you know our guests can stay there. If you want to go up to the Ferrol, of course you can. But the rest of you, if you want to stay down in the barracks, we can make that happen if you don't mind the sounds. And he motions to to a building down here. It's like the barracks it's the guardhouse where the guards stay. There's a few posted at the gate that you saw, but the rest of them, he's like, we're 30 strong. Well, he's like counting. He's like, well, actually, we're down to 27 now. But yeah, there's like 30 guards normally, and he just said that they're down to now they're 27. He's like, you don't mind the company of Orc, do you?
I'm okay.
He's like, okay, well, some of my comrades are Orc. We take all kinds here. I know I don't know where you're from. But some of them got locked down here when we were under the mist, and we just had to make it work, so we have. But so yeah, if there's room there, and then there's the slave quarters, and he motions over there. He's like, the slaves are over there, and you can tell when you look over that way, there's like the slave quarters. It's these really disgusting, dilapidated buildings, chunks of wall missing, like no shelter really. Some of them, like even some of the slaves, you can tell are just living in these caves that have just been half-heartedly dug out of the mountainside. Like they're not even a real shelter. It's just these like really terrible cave pits that have been dug in, for the real terrible slaves. But some slaves you can see are at least in some sort of shelter and housing. And then all of that, of course, is surrounded by, mountain on one side, back behind them. And then there's 2 layers of picket fence barricading them in. And as Kratulos is talking to Marcus, and the rest of you are kind of like looking around, getting the scope of stuff, you see these 2... there's an inner and an outer gate around the slave quarter, the slave pen basically. There's surrounded by 2 layers of gates, and in between those 2 layers of gates, you see these. They look like hounds, but as they pass by, they're much larger than hounds, and they don't really look exactly like a dog. And they bay like they're like calling and howling and just being god awful loud like all the time. They're never quiet. And you see two of them kind of doing this patrol, these some sort of dogs. You can't really say what. You can't tell what. That you can tell that there's some sort of dogs, but there's something about them that doesn't look natural. So you can see that. And then off in front of you to the other side over here, you just see a building that you can't really tell what, and there's a stage there, and there's like a kind of an earthen amphitheater. You can tell where there's like seats that have like dug into the mountainside, but there's nothing going on at this time. He's like, yeah, so if you want, the tavern's roaring up there. If you want to go there, if you want to sleep, the sleeping quarters down here, you can sleep tonight, I guess. I don't know where the Feral is, if he's out. He's got problems. I don't know if he's out drying out in town or if he's back. He
should be back.
Okay, if you want to go try to find him, I don't really interact with him too much. None of us really do. But yeah, there's a tavern up there. The theater's up there. I don't know if they have anything going on, but you definitely need to watch your step around here. The slavers and the thieves guild are at each other's throats, and it's everything I have now to maintain peace here and keep this from like spilling out. So he like takes a step towards all of you, and he's like, you cannot be adding to the chaos around here. Do you understand?
We'll hold our shit together.
Okay. He's like,
Yeah, we're gonna try not to.
he's like, all right, well, I'd say enjoy your stay, but that's not really what we do here. Good
Not a
evening.
resort town?
Good evening. So he just kind of
Thank you.
he just nods, and you're dismissed.
Yeah, I think I could use resting. I think all of us except for Dira, huh?
Well, I mean, all of you guys just slept from 6 a.m. to noon. Or no, you guys slept from noon to 6 p.m. You guys all just woke up.
Yeah, I'm just talking about some of the ability attributes that are
Oh,
down
you're.
a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you?
But I mean, yeah, as long as I don't get in a fight, I'm not gonna really need it, I guess. But
Might as well go rest. I mean, I'll go up and see the for all, and then
Okay.
maybe Dira could go with you. She's all healed up. Well, I don't know.
do you want to come with
Am
me?
I allowed?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got that ferret.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that's right. I have that necklace.
Okay, yeah. Do you want to have that out, or do you want to have that tucked away?
I'm gonna have it out this time.
Okay. So, Garrick and Dorian, or Dorian, what do you want to do?
I think I'll stay with Garrett,
Okay.
buddy system.
Okay. So two of you, and do you want to go take a rest?
Yeah, I need to try to heal up my wits.
Resting will do that. Okay. So, yeah. So you guys turn to look, and he said, Cartulos is like, sorry, it's not free. It's kind of like an inn. I'll let you stay, but if you want to sleep here, it'll be 3 silver each.
I see. Sure. I guess we don't have a choice. 3 each.
Mm-hmm.
I adjusted accordingly.
Me too.
All right. He's like, yeah, there's room there. If you can sleep to those beautiful swine hounds, those are like my most prized possession ever. He's like, don't worry. After a couple hours, you won't even hear it anymore. And if you do hear it, it'll be like the most beautiful sound you've ever heard. He's like, you two sleep well. You two, it's up around the corner.
Nice.
All right.
All right, so yeah, Dorian and Garrick retire, and we'll follow you two for a little while. So you come around the corner here, and as you get closer, you can see this building to your right here. There's a stage, like right in the middle. There's a raised stage. It's like 2 feet off the ground, a wooden stage, and there are 3 poles, like stakes. There's 3 poles, 3 stakes, stuck into this stage with shackles on them.
Awesome.
But there's no one there. Lights are off. There's no one's there. But that's what you see when you walk by. You want to just continue up
That's probably where they sell the slaves,
perhaps.
or have duels, slave battles.
So you continue on. You come up this hill here, winding, come, and you see the 2 of you look over this way, and you see it's a different kind of stage. It's like it's a stage, and it's got like these it's surrounded by these torches, like on like stuck into the ground. It's like a proper lighting, and there's no one there. There's only a couple people there, and there's a bard of some kind. He's standing there, and he's I would say, he's performing some kind of oratory, like some sort of like play or a one-man performance of something. I would say if you want to stop and listen, you can, or if you don't care, you can keep going.
You want to listen in? It might be a story or something that might benefit us later.
Sure. I feel like we could kind of learn everything we can in here.
Okay, so you stop and listen, and he's a strange-looking man, and he's talking about he's just talking about, it's not a comedy. He's trying to have some really profound sounding exposition about reality and like the state of human nature, and he's trying to use all these fancy words and talking in like long elaborate sentences, but then as he's talking, he's wearing a robe, but then as he's talking about with this, like, you know, just going on and on, there's really flowery language about the meaning of existence and all this really philosophical stuff. He pulls his robe off, and he's naked underneath it, and he starts, like, you know, manipulating himself, you could say.
What kind of show is this?
And then he's like doing that, and like the few people watching just start like cheering and like laughing, like, oh, disgusting. And then he does that, and he continues to do it, and he's like looking around, and he like walks up towards people off the edge of the stage, like manipulating himself toward them, and like it's just like trying to be. It's like it turns into the most disgusting like shock performance. And then he puts his robe back down, and then he just starts spouting off all this insanely violent and disgusting like sexual perversion talk. And then he stops.
It's a late night show.
And then and so everyone's just like howling and laughing. And then he stops, and he goes. He returns back to form of he's like just talking about, oh, to be or not to be, and all this, all this super highfalutin talk, and then he sees Marcus and Dira standing there. Let's say you're close, and he starts like motioning like he's gonna walk towards you.
Oh hell no!
Bring that thing closer. I'll cut it off.
Right.
So he walks towards you to where you're at. He stays on the stage. He's on the stage. He's not coming off the stage, but he's like walking towards you two. He's like, new guests. He's like, they've never seen a show like mine.
No, I have not.
And he like extends a hand out to Dira. He's like, come and be a muse for me.
No,
this is where he dies.
Yeah, exactly. The crowd.
My partner would be a better muse for you.
There's only a few people watching this. That's not like it's a huge crowd. It's just a few people. I would say, like, as you're sitting here watching this weird kind of pervert bard, as you're sitting here and he's like trying to put on this play, and there's a couple people watching. Right to your left, there's this enormous. It's at first look, it looks like a barn. It's a huge building, and it's all lit up, and it's really loud in there, and you can tell there's tons of people in there. But yeah, so he doesn't pay that any mind, and he puts his hand out to Dira, and he has this like just dark twinkle in his eye, and he's like, "Would you like to be my muse?"
Just walk away.
I choose violence, and I just walk away.
And he's like, "Ha! Another one misses out." And so he turns, and then so that you two kind of dismiss yourselves and walk away, and he just dismisses you like you're not worthy of his fine art, and he continues on, and he turns toward that those few people who are watching him, and he like flashes them again and like shakes back and forth and like wangs around at them, and they're just like they're disgusted, but like perversely like what is this guy doing? It's like the most bizarre like X-rated performance you've ever seen.
I don't see anything. I don't see what.
So you can tell, I would say, even though it's dark, so the church or the barn right here is lit up quite well, and it's got a lot of people in it. It's loud in there. It's nighttime. It's blaring and blazing. You can see like outside. You see a good number of dwarves, or you see orcs and humans dressed up. Not dressed up, but you see guards. What he was talking about, how he has like a couple dozen guards here, super like just armed to the teeth, weapons, armor, ready for whatever needs being ready for. You see a couple of them kind of just leaning against the side of the building, keeping watch, kind of acting like bouncers from what you could tell. But it's like raucous and rowdy in there. There's drunk people everywhere stumbling around, having a gay old time. No one's necessarily paying you any attention, but that's just what you see over at that building.
Okay. I just I kind of stop by the guard and ask him, like, in one of those just ask him, is Feral Hermatus in there?
He says, amazingly, he's not. Normally, he is. Are you? He sees your chain. He's like, "Are you the apprentice?"
Yes.
He just points that way, like further on. He's like, "You're down there."
Okay. Well, I'm glad he's not messing up again.
He's abstaining.
Yes.
Same.
Unless he went with the bard. Who knows?
Yeah.
All right.
So
Start making my way up to the church.
so are you with him, Dira, when he goes up to the guard? Are you like standing next to him?
Yeah.
Okay, so as Marcus is talking to one guard, there's another guard, and that guard's looking at Dira, and he sees the bone ferret necklace that she has out, and he's like, "You need to keep your people in line."
Shut your mouth.
I always do.
You're not my dad.
Like, we'll see about. He's like, "We'll see about that."
Yes, we will.
Uh,
All right.
So you
we have to find
continue
out who
on.
his people are.
So you continue on. You pass by a couple buildings, no lights. You see
It's just like,
up here though there are, like, if you had to guess, there are probably a dozen, and like I'd say that's what you see. So you got your light. You're walking up. You're walking past here. You see a couple people, but more than anything, what you are around are swine hounds, and now one of them comes right up to Dira, and it's a large dog. It's very large, but it's got
just
like the face of a pig. It's got large tusks, and it's docile. It's whatever, tame.
just
It's
roaming
tame,
around freely.
but they're like just
Okay.
all over the place up here. There's at least a dozen, you can tell, and they're large and ferocious looking, and one comes up to and like kind of pushes and nuzzles on Dira, and another one does the same thing to Marcus, and no roll even needed. Marcus, you can tell these are like demonic as hell. These are like massively demonic vibe up here. These things are unnatural as hell. But they're not
Can I,
Catch it right there under the
they're
chin.
they're not like acting aggressive or anything. I don't know, they're just like checking you out and letting you know that they're up there. Is you know what I mean? They're not being friendly, but they're not trying to like snarl at you either. They're just, yes, there's lots of them up here, and they're kind of all over the place, kind of walking around.
Can I mean mug?
I think there's a role for that, right?
Yeah.
Well, don't demons
Performance.
fear you?
That's what I'm
You
going
can
for here.
you can try. I'm trying to say what it'd be. Well, what are you trying to do? Just
Maybe
like
it would be like an intimidation, but because they're domineering.
right.
They're like not aggressive, but they are domineering. I just want to be like, yeah, bring it on. Shit,
Okay.
Get out of here.
I would say, since it's, because I see on your sheet there's animal handling, but there's also manipulation for what you're trying to do. I would say, I guess since it's an animal, I'll let you do an animal handling roll.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
So now what do you? So tell me what you do here. There's one that's like kind of aggressively like trying to push you like into your thigh. It comes up to your thigh, and he's like kind of burrowing in, and like kind of like I said, he's kind of snorting like this, but he's definitely a big ass strong dog too, and he's just kind of powering into you. What do you do?
I
Punch it in the nose.
look it directly in the eyes, and I start peeing on it, marking my territory.
Yeah.
Incorrect. What do you do?
What? That's not acceptable.
Fail.
So I guess I just let my look it directly in the eyes and let my aura, I guess, like ooze off to like scare it away.
Okay.
Like Chronicles of Riddick. Where it just
Yeah.
stares
Yeah. That's even better.
Okay. See, that's good, but you didn't get to use your pride because you didn't fail a roll. See, that's why I want you to get success for this. So when it comes to this in the scoring later, I want you to remind me to get you a point because you're trying to play as your character, which is good, but you're supposed to like use your pride as a role, but since you just, you know what I mean? Like you're supposed to push it. But I want to give you XP for trying to play into your character skill. Like when you roll that,
Well, could he have just rolled that instead of the analyze?
you're supposed to. You can't just go. You're not supposed to be able to just roll your pride straight away. Like for you as a marksman, like I never miss. You're supposed to shoot and then miss, and then as a push, you can roll your pride.
I see.
And then if you succeed, then you succeed, and if you fail, then you lose your pride forever. This one, since he just succeeded right off the bat,
Yeah.
I'm not just gonna have you
Well,
do
you
this.
said there's like 2 of them, right?
There's a dozen of them up here.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe he has to.
Well,
start from one.
I'll just. I don't know. I'll just give it to you because you're trying to play as your character. That's good. We'll figure out a way to do it mechanically better next time. Yeah. So you stare this thing down, and it's not used to being kind of pushed around and intimidated. That's what these things do. But this one kind of like whimpers off and snorts, and it runs off into a building. There's like a swinehound doggy door in one of these buildings, and it like nudges in there and like crawls into this building. So you continue going, and now you see a giant, not giant. It's like taller than you, though. You see statues to Rust and Heem, and these gods are. I'm trying to think. Would you even know this? I guess give me a lore roll. Because you're like a total imposter. You don't know a damn thing about any of this. Give me a lore roll.
I was gonna say I might have heard something.
Yeah, you might have heard. I'm trying to. Yeah, give me a. Let's see what you actually know.
See, my wits never healed when I rested.
You gotta heal it.
Well, you should go ahead and max it out then before you roll. I mean, all of you guys rested, so you should be maxed out.
Oh,
Gonna push it.
Push it real well.
think.
Right. Oh, that's the animal handle.
Ooh,
All right.
beautiful with no banes. Okay, so yeah. You know that the protector god is the god that basically everyone worships, all humans at least, is the protector god. But where they fight about is when they get more specific than that. There's the worm, Church of the Serpent. They say the legend is that when the people came over from the land, the original land, to the Raven land 1,200 years ago, there were ships of people, of humans, coming across the sea, and they were following a raven who was holding a worm. That is what was like leading this, like guiding them across the sea, was this raven that was holding a worm. So then when they got here, humans were separated. They landed on the shores of Ravenland, and this land was already populated by elves and dwarves when the humans got here. Humans were the last ones on the scene. And Worm is the god who separated the Ravenland into north and south. There's this enormous mountain range that split the land in half. All the humans had to move south of the mountain range, and the elves and the dwarves got to stay up north. And humans were down south for hundreds and hundreds of years until they eventually started coming north. Anyway, the church in the south that the humans had is the Church of the Serpent, and their god is Worm. And their belief is that when the raven and the worm came over, it's the worm, the snake, that was actually the god, and the raven was just like the person carrying it. I mean, it's it's righteous too, but it's not God. The God is the snake, not the raven. That's the Church of the Serpent, and the raven worshippers obviously say the opposite. It's no, the raven is the god, and the snake he was carrying was like the father of worms and the father of making the ground fertile. So yeah, the snake is also holy, but it's not God. The raven is the actual God. So there's a huge fight. Like, which one is the actual God, the snake or the raven? So that's the Church of the Serpent, the worm, and then the Raven Church. Now, Rust and Heem they said, no. It's not that it's a snake and it's a raven. It's that the raven is made out of iron and the snake was made out of wood. It's the elements that they're made out of, not the animals. So iron and wood, those are the elements themselves are the actual righteous holy God thing. And so that's what this Rust Church is. The true entity of God is not that took the form of a snake or a raven. It's that iron is the actual God, and wood also means blood. So it's all of these different churches and beliefs are trying to describe God in their own way, and they fight each other about it constantly. And so when the Rust Church talks about Rust, they're talking the same God as Worm and Raven. It's just they have different opinions and beliefs about the true nature of that God. And with two successes, you know that, and because you live here too, so eventually the Serpent Church down south mostly became Rust, and they led a lot of expeditions north and are completely anti-Raven to the point where the Rust Church is absolutely murderous against Raven. Like, when they find Raven sisters, they crucify them, they kill any kind of religious heretics that the Rust Church thinks are heretics. They do sort of tolerate the serpent, okay, but like Raven, any other gods, if the Rust Church finds them, they will murder them and burn them at the stake, execution, like Salem witch trials type stuff, like Spanish Inquisition style. They're no mercy. They burn everyone at the stake who's not if you're of a different religion than them. They are like, murder you first and ask questions later. That is who Rust. That's what the Rust Church is, and that's who the Rust Brothers are. Like, militant as all hell.
Okay.
Damn.
Very hardcore people.
It's versus kind of the Raven sisters with that whole
Yeah,
Raven and Worm.
we kind of said that when you guys left your Toan village, it was like a Raven. You know, whether you're or not, you guys were people were really devout. That's up to you if you want to be, but most of the villages and stuff up around where you guys were from were all Raven. So there was like Raven sisters there. They act as like midwives. They're peaceful. They don't try to crucify people who don't believe what they believe. They try to be healers. They're all good at, Raven sisters, are all good at shape shifting. They can take the form of animals. They do healing, midwifery, just kind of like good witches.
Druids.
Yeah, basically kind of like druids or like good witches is basically how Raven sisters are anyway. Yeah. And so they're where you are from, and definitely down here in this part of the land, they are actively pursued and hunted and persecuted and tortured and killed whenever they're found, for sure. It's really good times. Really good times.
Yeah.
So you come up. So I would say like maybe all that kind of like just kind of plays through your mind here, Marcus, as you come to this chapel, very modest little chapel to Rust and Heem. Heem is his wife. Rust is the god, and Heem is his wife. And the statues to them always by religious law, they have to be very crude, and they can't be super intricate looking. They have to be very modest in their construction. They can't be elaborate, and that's what you see here. 2 large but very modest and not elaborate carvings to Rust and Heem.
Okay. All right.
So is there anybody in that chapel? Guess you have to go in, huh?
You don't know.
But it's all dark out.
It's dark, yeah. I mean, it's not lit up.
All right. Oh, I open the church door.
You try to,
Yeah.
and you can't. It's locked.
I knock on it.
And it's like this. And you hear, wait.
Wow.
And then a light comes
Get
on.
interest.
Then a light comes on. And then you hear footsteps opening up the door. Father Hermatus.
I was like, I just turned to him and said, "That wasn't very nice of you,
He just like
Almeidus."
he like his eyes like almost fall out of his head. He's just like he's like he cannot believe that he's seeing you right there, and he sees you. He's like this, and he sees like Dira, who he's never seen before. He was face down and only interacted with you, but he's just like he recognizes your voice because you've spoken to him before. He's like dumbfounded that you're standing here, and he looks and he sees Dira all like kitted out with swords and chainmail, and he just like like this, and we'll stop right there.
I punch him
You
right
son
in
of
the
a bitch.
face.
And we'll stop right there.
Yeah. Can we get the punch in first?
I knew it, dude. I knew he sent us off to like kill us.
Nice. You guys trying to get killed outside the town before you even get into it.
I know. It's a
Guys are-
little side quest.
Quit failing rolls, will you please? I try to
We're
sneak.
just trying to stealth.
I try to sneak harder. I try to sneak harder. It's like, fine, make me kill you. I'm trying not to. That was pretty funny.
Oh god. That's awesome.
All right.
This is a new adventure site, correct?
That's correct, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here, you guys ready to do some XP?
Don't forget yours. Yep.
Okay. Did you participate? Yes. 1 for that. Did you travel through at least 1 hex on the game map that you had not visited before? Yes, because Grindbone is on its own hex. Did you discover new adventure site? Yes. So that's 3. Did you defeat any monsters? No. Find treasure? No. Stronghold? No. Pride? I'll give Marcus a yes on that, even though he technically didn't. He was trying to. So that's 4 for Marcus. Dark Secret? No. Risk Life? PC? No. Extraordinary Action? No. So everyone gets 3. Marcus gets 4.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very good. Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
I thought you guys were.
I'll have to think of a pride by my next game.
Yeah, I mean, just think of something that you can. Ideally, you can like try to use this every session. I mean, maybe
exactly.
maybe not ideally, but they shouldn't be so rare that you only ever use them once per character. I mean, you're supposed to go through this checklist every time you play. After every session, did you use your pride? So it should be. And if you guys want to, anyone who has your pride, if you want to rework it into some kind of way that you can actually
Do it more.
roll it all the time, because I mean, you're kind of, you know what I mean? You can definitely, if you want to like kind of tweak it or just come up with your own pride. I mean, there's no rule saying you can't ever change your pride. You can, if it doesn't make sense for who you want to be anymore, you want to come up with a new one, that's totally fine. Just let me know what it is. But yeah, that was a pretty good session.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
guys,
that's awesome.
You guys got in the Grindbone. That's very good.
I feel good about running away from that evil skull thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would have been severely damaged had we not.
Maybe you still
I
can
don't
be.
know. Yeah, I feel like this like I have some ideas. I have an idea though
Oh yeah.
for next session.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah,
Don't forget it.
I won't.
Of
All
how
right.
we're gonna rescue the dwarves.
Yeah, maybe.
They got to be down there in that double contained little fence area. I don't know. Or up in the castle,
Yeah, at the
bidding
top
their
of
service.
at the top of this is a large, enormous keep for sure, and you see some lights inside. To be continued, you
Zero form
guys.
there.
Yeah, no, this is
Yes,
awesome.
this is Are we a lot further south than must be than
you are
what was
not
Ziertorm's castle or whatever?
not a ton, not much more south. I mean, a little, but not a lot. It's much more of a west. You're much more west. A little bit south though.
So maybe Ziertorm is like a snowbird, and he travels to this keep for the winter, the summer.
I'm wintering in Grindbone. Yes. All right, you guys, that was fun. We'll continue next time.
Will do.
All right, cool.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good weekend, huh?
You guys,
All right.
take care. Bye.
See you guys.
Bye.
All right.